This is Joseph Kenson Sakala from Malawi, and I'm happy today to talk to you about the impact of global partnership between the global North and the global South. My main focus today will be on the global partnership as a tool or an instrument in addressing the global challenges. So there are a number of global challenges that we are all facing from the global North to the global South. So I have my personal perspectives and the experiences which I would like to share regarding the topic. So to begin with, I'll just briefly talk about myself so that you come to familiarize yourself with me. I'm an environment scientist by profession, and I'm a climate activist, mainly working with the young people, this youth organization called Youthful Environment and Sustainable Development, which we founded in the 2011. So it's an organization which is working in communities. We are working with farmers, we are working with the women groups, we work with youth groups in various communities across the country, and also we work with schools because we believe that schools are also another component of development which is also crucial in as far as the sustainable development is concerned. So I am going just to give you a brief background of the climate in Malawi and other information. For your own information, Malawi is in the southern part of Africa, and we are neighboring to Zambia, Tanzania. To our northern part of Malawi, there's Tanzania, and we are also neighbor to Mozambique. So briefly, in Malawi we have the different climate zones. Like we have the winter, we have the summer, we have the autumn. So mainly we have rainy season towards the end of the year, that is from December, then it transcends to January up to April. So of course with the climate change, this rain pattern has been changing, and it's more or less like the rainfall calendar has been declining from in the past we used to have rains in October, and then it shifted from October to November and ending in April, and then it further shifted from November, it went to December, and then farmers started complaining because now the rainy season was like reducing, and as I'm talking today, it's even shifting further to January. So it's like we are having few months of rainfall, which is quite a big challenge to the farmers. Hence the need for what I was just talking about, the global cooperation. So there are quite a number of challenges that the country has been facing, ranging from climate change, environmental degradation, issues of population. There are quite a number of issues, including other developments that are also detrimental to the environment. For example, the issue of extraction of minerals such as coal, these fossil fuels. It's also an issue which is equally affecting communities. So these are just some of the incidents that are evident to say that as climate is really a global challenge, and the Malawi as a global South country has also been equally affected with climate change. And we've also seen, like in the media, across the global North, different countries are being hit by different effects of climate change. For example, here in Malawi, we're having floods most of the times during this rainy season, and you see like women struggling to move from one village to another in search of a safe place, and they are quite a number of things that have really hit the country. So we've been working with communities in trying to address these challenges. But one thing that I've discovered is that one country is not enough. One country is not enough to gather all the experiences and then to address this global challenge. Because the climate crisis is affecting different areas differently, which means different people have got different approaches that work under different circumstances. So when we come together, we share our experiences. That will help Malawi, like my country, to benefit from the experiences and the approaches that other countries like Germany have been using. And also adding to that, it also helps us to share our experiences, our observations in working with these communities. So in doing so, we are developing a global solution that can be strengthening the global cooperation which we are talking about. So briefly, what I think is needed to create a more and equal partnership between the global south and the global north, there are a number of issues based on my experience, but I'll just manage to share some of the things that I think can help to enhance the global cooperation or partnership between the organizations or the global north and the global south in general. So one of the things I feel we need to develop mutual influence in formal agreements. Like there should be mutual influence, both parties having mutual influence in our agreements, so that our principles, should allow that mutual influence, so that both parties should be able to have that influence. And there should also be a reciprocal form of negotiation, and this will call for even revising our procedures, and even our focus in the memorandum of understandings that we sign as organizations. All that we really need to ensure that there is mutual influence, okay? Not one side influencing the other side, or this side influencing the other side, but there should be that understanding and the common interest. So the other thing, I feel we need a responsive management of partnership implementation. So this one is geared towards changing the partnership management behavior that is perceived as controlling and unresponsive. So most of the times maybe by the global north organizations, but of course organizations need management control systems that foster consistency. But I think it's important if we can create that responsive management of partnership, so that each side should be actively involved in addressing these global challenges, so that each side there should be that uniformity and also active participation from both sides. So I also feel that in planning, sometimes we have these moments when the other party is involved in planning, the other party is involved in implementation, but at the end of the day, we are looking for sustainability. So it's important if we can have collaborative planning for sustainability, so that both parties, the global north and the global south, we come together, we plan together, then in so doing, we are going to ensure that our corporations are sustainable. And at the end of the day, we are all looking forward for sustainable projects which will not always rely on funding, but if we're able to support them, next time they should be able to sustain that project. So if we can be all involved in our planning and the working together through all the processes and the stages, that will also enhance our collaboration. And also we also need to revise our organization programs strategies, because some of the organizations from the global north or from the global south, they might have strategies that cannot accommodate this kind of global partnership. You see, so sometimes we need to be that flexible so that we can also accommodate each other, and then in so doing we can enhance our global partnership. So in brief, I believe that through this global partnership we can be able to create a platform where we can share the experiences, and then we can address the challenges that affect our countries, and in so doing we are creating a world better for everyone, for the current generation and for the future generation. Thank you so much for listening to my presentation. This is once again Joseph Sakala, and I'm looking forward to strengthening this global partnership between the global north and the global south. Remember, we are doing it for nature and for the well-being of everyone. Thank you.